1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Okay, well, before we head off to the store, I'm just taking inventory of what I have here in the garage. So, there's a Harbor Freight HVLP gun. Though I'm going to get another one, a new one, just to be safe. For painting, I'll probably use this one for primer, because it's not working as well as it should. Sandpaper, I have a lot of it, but I don't have anything in the right grits. I have 80 and 180? Yeah, 80 and 180. And I thought I had a full quart of Bondo. I don't. It's apparently Bondo has a shelf life, so check it before you start working. And if everything goes well, this hood for a 1970 Impala Custom should end up some sort of green with black racing stripes, and with a lot less burned in dents, because the support underneath had rusted and cracked, so I patched in a bit of steel, and that was my first attempt with torch welding. It didn't go well. It really didn't. I didn't set the torch correctly. It kept backfiring, so I just blew a bunch of metal in there, and yeah. It's not great, and it'll probably break again, but now I know how to fix it better. Remember, a grinder and paint makes you a welder. You ain't. So, I think that's it. This is what the paint job hopefully is going to turn out to look like. Let me shed some light on the situation here. Oh, beautiful, it's not plugged in. This is Rustoleum. And I actually, you can probably see I did some testing here. This had been flat. I hit it with a hammer and then tried to scrape it away, and this holds very well to the steel. And that is, let me see if I can find it. There it is. 70% Rustoleum high performance protective enamel, gloss white, and then 30% of the mineral spirits. And it took a very long time to cure, though I think I might know why, is whoever sealed up that can didn't seal it well, and there was a layer of cured paint about 1/4 of an inch thick on the top of the can, so I'm thinking that might have been, it might have cured on the top and taken some of the hardening agent with it when I peeled it out and mixed up the fresh paint. So I'm going to, I already have mineral spirits. I'm going to pick up a quart of acetone, the paint. I'm going to see which one works best, and then I'm going to sand, Bondo, prime, and paint, and if I have the time and money, eventually clear coat the hood and the entire car. However, I do have some cracks that I have to patch up here. But now I know actually how to torch weld. I think I put the quotations in there wrong. I'm not good at it, but I know how to. So, I'll see you at the store.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrices and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
Jake, you're back!
Shut your face. I came back for the music.
You're listening to Magic 98.9.
You're way too
Okay, well, I got done sanding the hood with 180 grit with the air file. I need to fix the DA sander. As you saw in the video, it wasn't working. And this is what the hood looks like now. It is much smoother than it had been. There's a bit of rust pitting here that needs to be filled. I welded up that little gap there. You can still, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than having a crack. Tried going on the backside a little bit. As you can see, I welded that crack as well using the oxyacetylene torch and then ground it almost smooth. The main problem is this rust. This rust right here is really bad. As you can see right there, it was so thin that even when I was being extremely careful, it just burned straight through. So I'm contemplating what to do with that, because this hood is going to be the next thing to be replaced. I think just cut my finger on that rust. Oh well. I've thought about cutting it off at this bend line here, and then just trying my best to Bondo these. I don't think it should be that big of a problem, but that is something I have to consider. So I'm going to, probably after Christmas, end up, I'll fix the DA sander, and I need to get, I already have it. It's going to be sanded up to 350 grit sandpaper, and then this is everything I have. So we have 1 gallon of Rustoleum metal primer. We have are these actually a gallon? Yes, they're actually 1 gallon. I thought they were ever so slightly less. So you have a gallon of acetone, which is what Rustoleum recommends to thin it. We have, I have 220 grit. Did I get 350? 500. Okay, it's going to be extremely glossy. Hunter green, which is going to be close enough. I couldn't find forest green, which is the original, but oh well, the entire car is getting painted. And gloss black for some racing stripes on the hood and the trunk. Hopefully that's going to go well. And last night, whenever I finished sanding the hood with 180 grit, put everything up, I decided to start the car. It's been a while. So, also, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit hoarse. Let me say that. I'm getting a sore throat. Getting hoarse doesn't make any sense. So, I started the car, or attempted to. I usually keep a blue tarp over the engine bay because the hood's not been on it. And my dog has been sniffing around here lately, so I didn't really think much of it. However, whenever I pulled the tarp off, right there was a bit of the seat material. I was looking around here a little bit more. Lifted up. I don't know what that's called. The little grate piece. I don't know if you can see down there. Yeah, a mouse's nest. I think they call them nests. So I pulled what I could out quickly because I was in a bit of a rush to go eat dinner, as I usually am. And got in, started it, and engine cranked over, wouldn't run. So I came out here. I'd been having some trouble with the fuel filter. It has these plastic barb fittings on it, and one of them is cracked, so it leaks fuel ever so slightly. And if it's not been running for a while, all of the gasoline drains back down through the system, so it takes a while to take and start it. So I figured that's what the problem was. I got out, looked at the filter, there was fuel in it. Went in the cab. I don't know. I guess it'd be the cab. And started cranking it over. Still nothing. So I realized I'm still alive, so there's probably still air getting to the engine. There's fuel, because I came out here, took the air filter off, and tested the manual priming pump, and that was working really well. I'm afraid I might have flooded the engine. So it had to be something electrical. So, went and got my 12-volt test light, came out here, and, well, I found this. The positive and the negative of the distributor are no longer connected. That's the tachometer lead, and I will be getting one soon. It's not high on the list of priorities, though. So there's the positive and negative. I went in the cab. I'm now scared of just like laying down on the floors here to show this and having a mouse crawl across my face. And I don't know if you can see this. That's the negative that had been hooked up to the, to the distributor coil. Positive's the same way. And there's the, works. And it makes me feel safe. It's, I actually didn't put that in. It was the previous owner of this car who I bought it from. Because I really want to keep what I can all factory. I'm not going to be doing a showroom restoration, obviously, as the Rustoleum paint job. I just want sort of a beater and a daily driver. So, yeah, I now have to rewire the ignition system, maybe some other stuff. I bought some traps today, mouse traps. And I figured I'd set one in the trunk, one in the cab, and then one here in the engine bay. And once I am no longer catching mice in them, just clear out all the old mouse nests and rewire it, because I don't want to put new wiring in if it's just going to get chewed up in a couple days. Because my dog had only been going off at this for at most a week. So, yeah, that's where we stand here. So, I think this is going to be an end to part 1 of the 1970 Impala restoration, and end of part 1 for the, I think I did the math and it was like $120 Rustoleum paint job. You could probably do it cheaper though with, because I got 2 quarts of paint. I'm probably going to need another. The acetone, I don't think you're going to need a gallon, but they were out of quarts. Primer, if your car's not rusty, you probably don't need primer, depending on what the original paint is. I needed Bondo, sandpaper, got another HVLP gun. And, yeah. It's going well. Hard work. That's going well. So, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Stay awesome, Internet.
Glad to join many of your friends in wishing you the best of this day, and then thanking you for another year of making us laugh and making us think.